Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In this video, we are going to talk about blood vessels of the retina. As you know, the retina is composed of pigment epithelium and then the inner neuronal layer. To study about the blood vessels, or the blood supply, we see that the outer one-third segment of the retina, it is supplied by choroidal blood vessels through diffusion, and this segment or this choroidal blood vessels, they mainly supply the pigment epithelium, the layer of rods and cone cells, the outer nucleus and outer plexiform layer. Then the inner two-third, it is supplied by central retinal artery, which has larger branches and smaller branches. Larger branches mainly supply the inner nuclear and inner plexiform layer, whereas the smaller branches, they are going to supply ganglion cells and the inner plexiform cells. These ganglion cells and inner plexiform cells are the region from where the inner segment begins. Now, capillary plexuses. One of the capillary plexus can be present in nerve fiber layer. The other capillary plexus can be present in inner nuclear layer. Now, what is retinal detachment? First of all, when we studied about the layer of retina in my previous video, I told you that the retinal pigment cells were these epithelial cells, and then there were these outer segments of rods and cone cells. They do not have any physical connection between them. Due to any trauma, due to any disease like diabetes mellitus, there can be detachment of the pigment epithelium from these layers of rod and cone cells, due to which there is partial or complete loss of vision. As a result of which, the layer of rods and cone cell lose their metabolic support from the pigment epithelium as well as the choroidal blood vessels. Due to this detachment, we can have loss of the vision, and this can be treated by using laser surgery, whereas we reattach the neural retina to the retinal pigment epithelium. Now we have the fovea centralis. It is a narrow circular depression. So what happens in the central region of the retina, there is this region in which only the cone cells and not all the 10 layers of retina cannot be seen. Rather, this layer is having a depression, a shallow circular depression, which connects the light directly to the cone cells. There are no retinal vessels, there is absence of any inner layers, and the light is having direct connection with the cone cells. This type of region is known as fovea centralis, and it's the area of maximum visual activity, or a place where maximum distinguishing between two objects as separate object or discrimination between two objects can take place. Now we have the blood retinal barrier. This is produced by tight junctions between the pigment epithelial cells. These pigment epithelial cells, they are actually providing a blood retinal barrier between the choroidal blood vessels and the inner layer of retina. Then we have the second one, which is between the endothelial cells of the central retinal artery, which is going to have a blood retinal barrier for the inner two-third layers of the retina, and it is going to protect our retina from the toxins that are present in the or circulating toxic macromolecules. So there are two tight junctions, one in the pigment epithelial cells, other in the endothelial cells of the central retinal artery. The pigment epithelial cell tight junctions are going to protect from the toxic substances of the choroidal blood vessels. The endothelial tight junctions are going to protect from the macromolecules or toxic substances from the central retinal artery. With that, we are done with blood retina barrier as well.